Good morning, beautiful people. So I am starting my morning by making some raspberry leaf tea, and I just want to show you quickly which one I am using. It's very hard to find raspberry leaf tea, especially genuine, raspberry leaf tea. So this is the brand. This is my go-to right now for raspberry leaf tea, and this brand has been really reliable in terms of finding really unique teas. So this is the one that I am having this morning. Hello beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. You may have clicked on this video because you might have been curious. You also might be pregnant right now and you're just trying to figure out what to do. So I wanted to create this video to just connect with first-time moms, because I am going to be a first-time mom, which I am very excited about. So I will be touching on a couple of different topics today, but before you continue watching, I do want you to go and subscribe, y'all. It helps a lot. It helps the content reach further so that other people like you can see this content, but also it keeps me going, y'all, because I know that I got a tribe out there that's flourishing, but also maybe interested in the kind of things that I am going to be talking about today. So I also have here my phone because I really want to make sure that I stay on track, and I also cover all of the things that I want to cover today, because there may be some things that you may not have thought about, or some things that you may have been thinking about already that you may have questions too. So let's go into the first question. So when did I find out? So I found out that I was pregnant in January, and what's so crazy is when I did find out that I was pregnant, it wasn't until I was closer to the almost the end of my first trimester. Now, the only signs that I did have of pregnancy was, of course, a missed period, but also I was experiencing a lot of nausea. So normally, I would go to the gym. I'll probably include a little clip just to kind of show you guys. I would go to the gym, have a specific routine that I would do, and I would, bang it out, get it in. But I had noticed that when I was working out, but then also when I was teaching classes at the time, that I was getting out of breath very easily. I literally would go to the gym and do one circuit of exercises, and I would just be like, I feel so lightheaded, I feel so out of breath, something is definitely not right. So when I put that side by side with a missed period, I was like, I think I'm pregnant. And my partner, we had went to the gym one day, and we was just joking, I was like, you know what, I've been feeling really nauseous lately, I haven't been feeling well, I don't know what the heck is going on. And first we joked about it, but then I was just actually maybe I should actually take a test. So that's exactly what I ended up doing once we came back from the gym. And the first test came up positive, and then the second test came up negative, and I was like, oh no, we got to do a little bit further testing. So I had him go to the store and pick up 2 more tests, because I was just like, 4 tests, it has to be right. So when I took the other 2 tests after the first 2 tests, they were both positive. And for some reason I was in denial, because I'd never been pregnant before, and so I was like, okay, I need to go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, she confirmed it, congratulated me, of course, and from there I just had so many different emotions, y'all. Already starting in, let me see, was that 2020, where the pandemic just happened. I had decided at the time, after working my full-time job in March, that I wanted to really just explore some more entrepreneur endeavors. And Lord would have, who would have freaking knew that whole pandemic would have hit? But in January, I was like, all right, March 30th, that's the last day that I'm going to be working for the organization that I work for. I felt like I had set some goals at the time that I felt like I had reached, and it was just time for me to move on. So March comes around, and even with the work that I was doing at the time, I started to hear something about COVID, and I didn't really think anything big of it, but I knew that it would have potentially affected the work that I did, because a lot of the work that I did was kind of in the volunteer travel kind of industry, if that makes sense. And I'll probably talk about, that line of work in like a later video, but I knew that COVID could potentially have an effect on my position, but I really didn't think too much deep into it. So March comes around and I finish my job in March 30th, start applying for some other jobs, and then a couple weeks later we start hearing like COVID literally makes kind of like mainstream news on COVID makes mainstream news. And from there I'm just like, okay, like what the heck is COVID, like how is this going to affect? But when the city really shut down, I was just like, okay, like this is a really serious thing. So all of the jobs that I had applied for at the time went on hiring freezes because they really couldn't foresee what was happening in the world either. Like everybody was just confused. So I was like, okay, cool, like like I'm still going to explore some entrepreneur endeavors. So I spent some time doing that, and then 2 years later, life happened. And during this particular time, like, I really wanted to initiate a goal to really focus on myself, really focus on improving myself, not only like personally, but also professionally as well, being more mindful of my space and the people that I allow in it, because like they say, the quote, the 5 people that you surround yourself the most with really kind of like highlights, I say like who you are as a person or what you have to offer. And so, during the time that I did find out I was pregnant, I had a lot of different emotions because I was just like, dang, like, like I've accomplished a lot in my life so far in terms of traveling, getting to connect with people that I've never connected before, but I still had other goals that I felt like I should have reached by like a certain time. But it made me think more about the fact that like life is a journey. You really don't know what your journey is going to look like, and everything happens for a reason. So, this blessing coming into my life is perhaps the motivation that I need to really like take things up to a whole nother level, or to, start to go down that path that I'm supposed to be going down, or just kind of being redirected to where I'm supposed to be, y'all. So that's when I found out. So I know that was like all over the place, but I found out at the end of January, and I was literally almost at the end of my first trimester, which is so like wild, so wild. So let's go ahead into the second question. Let's see. So how did you feel, which I feel like I kind of highlighted that a little bit, but I'll speak on that one more time. And then how do I feel now? So in the beginning I did feel a little bit nervous, like, oh my God, like I'm about to be somebody's mom. Like for me, that's like, that role is pretty major. Like someone's going to be looking to me for directions. Someone's going to be looking to me for guidance. Someone's going to be looking to me for motivation. And I just was like, okay, like have I done everything that I needed to do to literally prepare me for this? And I feel like being a mom is something that nobody can really prepare you for, but you become better at it over time through experience. Like with anything, you become better at something over time through experience. And just having the ability to like witness other friends of mine who are already parents, I'm like, okay, like I can do this. So with me currently now at 24 weeks, I definitely would say that I feel much more confident about being a mother, because I know that with the values that I have for myself and the things that I do want to accomplish and now have learned in my life, I want to be able to pass that on to my kids. And one thing I feel like my parents have been able to, pass down to me is a lot of love, and I want to make sure that I can give that to my child as well. All right, so let's go on to the next topic. The next topic is nutrition. So before I found out I was pregnant, I followed a pretty relative diet. My diet consisted of a set number of calories every single day, because I was in kind of like the muscle building phase of my fitness journey. So up to that point, up to that point in life, I feel like for the most part, like I've always worked on maintaining. Like I've always been an active person. I've always worked out, and so having the ability to take that time to do something different with my body, because a lot of people were coming to me and wanting to build muscle, and I didn't have a lot of experience with that. So the best experience is always, of course, the experience that you have for yourself. And so I was pretty much experimenting. So I had like my amount of calories that I have every single day with my food, but also with supplements as well. So I had a staple protein shake that I would have every single day on top of my meals. So now I didn't take a multivitamin because I felt like, my protein shake that I had chosen at the time had more than enough than what I needed. But I am also big on whole food nutrition because I feel like I can access that at any time. I don't have to think about, oh, it's, out of stock, or they don't have it, or they stopped the supplement for whatever reason. So that's how it was in the beginning. Now what I am currently following is 3 meals a day, some snacking in between that as well, depending on how my cravings are, but still relatively healthy. I did put a hold on the supplements that I was taking because I just sometimes have mixed feelings about supplements, to be honest, even though I do really like them in terms of like what the different supplements do have to offer. Like, I always like to think to myself, am I willing to take this for 50, 60 years? Or, when I get older, like, do I really want to be taking certain supplements? But as I continue to learn about different supplements and how they could be beneficial to you in life, I do want to make sure that first I can get it through whole food nutrition, and then depending on what my diet looks like over time, if I can't keep up with having an adequate amount of the specific vitamins that I need from that whole food nutrition, then I will add in a supplement. So that's pretty much what my nutrition is looking like right now. I've never had any allergies. Now sometimes when people are pregnant, they do get the notion to not be around certain smells or certain foods, and the only thing that I've experienced that with thus far is like smoked meat. So like, say like you go to like a smokehouse, girl, like I don't know what it is, but I just can't really stand the smell of like smoked meat. It just, I don't know, it just tastes really like, not taste, it smells really, I don't know, like really nasty to me. But we'll see if that changes over time, like once the baby get here. But other than that, haven't had any problem with like my nutrition, and it might be because I've just exposed my body to a variety of different foods, and I don't really eat as much fast food, and I don't eat out like that unless there's a place that I really love, like I'm going to go there consistently. Now for workouts, my first trimester, in the beginning of my second trimester, I was good with cardio and weight training, but kind of making it midway through my second trimester, my doctor did recommend to me to cut back on weight training, which I'll talk about in another video like later on. So what I am mostly doing right now is some cardio dance, and it's fun because it lifts up my mood, it makes me more confident as a dancer, but also I'm able to burn just as much calories as if I was lifting weights. I'm not going as hard, like like I'm training super hard or I'm lifting super heavy. Like you really have to listen to your body when you are pregnant. Like this is not just a journey for yourself and your child, but it's also like it's like you're becoming a new you, if that makes sense. And so what you may have done before, maybe you can't do it now, but yeah, like listen to your body, like really makes a difference. And also something that I have been incorporating a lot into my daily routine is stretching and yoga. Like that has allowed me to get in tune with my breathing. It has allowed me to trust my body and knowing what it is capable of doing. And yoga is really fun because it's like you can also yoga is also beneficial for like relieving stress, which I know for myself, like I try to keep my stress levels down as I just kind of figure out next steps for a lot of things. But I do believe in God, and so I do believe that he has a plan for me, and this moment where I get to be still, this moment where I get to be grounded, it's just helping me shape into the person that I am supposed to be going into the future. So that's right now what I have for workouts. I do plan to highlight some more workout stuff on my channel soon. I will be doing a lot of at-home stuff, but I do want to capture stuff outside the house as well once this weather stops acting funny in Philadelphia. And the last thing that I want to cover is just the gift of motherhood, y'all. Like I definitely have a new appreciation for moms. I have a new level of appreciation for my mom and the sacrifices that she made for myself and my sister to come into the world, because I am a fraternal twin, y'all. Like I have a new found respect for mothers. Like, you know, I'm thankful that I'm not experiencing any extreme, like, I guess you could say, pregnancy symptoms. Like I haven't been bleeding, I haven't been cramping, you know, I haven't experienced morning sickness, which is, I'm still like wowed by it, because, you know, through this journey of going through each of the different trimesters, you don't know what life has to bring. Like the third trimester could be completely different, but my hope is that I just continue to stay in a positive mindset. I stay connected to God spiritually. Like I started going to church. Again, I found a church here at home, and it's been like amazing so far. And just spending time with family, y'all. Like I'm so grateful for my family. My family is such a huge support system. And if you guys maybe may or may not be that close to your family, like find some friends that you can like really lean on, because I feel like all it takes is just finding a couple people that, you know, really understands you and connects with you. And yeah. And another thing is, you know, you may be debating on getting a doula. Right now my support system medically is, you know, my midwife team, I should say, because the place that I go to, they have a team of midwives, and it's interesting just getting to know each of them. And my parents is in my support system, and that's pretty much it. I have been working on trying to find a doula, so if you guys have any suggestions for any, just let me know. I haven't decided if I'm going to officially get one. I was leaning towards getting one, but because I have so much support from my family, I'm not too sure if I'm going to end up needing one. You guys, so I am back. Of course, you guys see we have some company right here now. My camera ended up dying, which is really unfortunate, so I literally took some time to eat a little bit of lunch. I like took a little bit of nap so that the battery could charge. And I just want to wrap up this video really quickly, but this first video pretty much sums up just, you know, finding out about pregnancy and just providing you all with some of the updates that I have fitness wise. And I will probably, if you guys do like the aspects where I did kind of go into the more personal aspects of pregnancy, just let me know, hit the like, and I will be able to create another video in terms of just how I deal with all of the like emotional changes. How do I deal with, you know, keeping my body more fit, as I do experience, like, even though I haven't experienced any extreme symptoms, you know, I do experience like the back pain with sitting for long periods of time, standing for long periods of time, or even just, you know, just like being like stagnant with the extra, you know, little bit of weight gain that I am getting, y'all. So I really hope you guys like this video. Again, make sure you subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and shout out to all my first time mommies. I just want to let you guys know that you are not alone. Like, I'm here, we are in this journey together. I feel like ever since I became pregnant, I found out about a whole lot of other women that are pregnant as well, and it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful journey, you guys, and I just want to bring you guys like every step of the way as a fit mama, as a first-time mom, as just someone who is just learning how to just embrace the journey, y'all. So I thank you again for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys soon. Toodaloo.